I rented room 5, and the adjacent room. I'll give you the key cards at the next meeting.
I saw that a new applicant joined the Bay Area Vampire Hunters, and posted an introduction that he has had very close dealings with what he learned is a vampire. They are a problem and he wants to rid the world of them. His screen name is Deacon Frost. And so far, he only has access to the lobby. Before granting him further access, I invited him to come to our meeting, a half hour after we assemble. Greetings everyone.
Hello. Rose, here's the key cards for the rooms at the Country Inn.
Thanks, Chris.
Marika, I have a very special limited private edition of an almost unknown book. ROH. Who is Robert Anton Heinlein?
Ooh.
As you know, Heinlein was a science fiction writer who emphasized scientific accuracy in his books. What you didn't know is that he was also a secret occultist and mystic. The book is titled, How to Improve Your Psychic Eye. The exercises in the photocopy of this book will improve your ability to use the charmed glasses I gave you, so that you will be able to perceive who is a vampire.
Thank you.
I have another photocopy of an extremely rare and basically unknown book. It's called The Secret of the Sixth Ring by MM, who is purported to be Miyamoto Musashi. This will help you better utilize your weapons in attacks. Okay everyone, I must be going. I trust you will have a good meeting, and give my regards to the new guy.
Thanks again, Chris. Hank should be here soon.
Are you Hank?
Indeed I am.
My ring didn't shock me. Pleasure to meet you. Come on into the meeting.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Rose wanted me to join you today, and share my experience. I've never told anyone my story before. So forgive me if I seem a little nervous. I started having strange dreams, and would wake up in odd places, as if I had been sleepwalking. I was tired all the time, and my doctor ran some tests, and treated me for anemia, and very low blood pressure. Then I dreamed this man made me drink his blood. I jolted awake in my bed, and had a newfound vigor. I have hazy memories of the man visiting me nightly, and giving me tasks, but I don't remember doing them, or exactly what they were. Then flashes of memories started leaking through during the day. I remembered his name was Mr. Hunter. And he had accidentally drained some people, and I was ordered to dispose of their bodies. Mr. Hunter messed with my memory so much. My life lost all continuity. Then one day, he was gone. I was filled with horror and dread, as I realized what he was, and what he had done to me. Still, like a junkie searching for drugs, I kept looking for him. A woman approached me. She asked why I sought the dead amongst the living. She opened her jacket, and revealed an engraved wooden stake. She told me she operated under the authority of the Society of Napoleon, or something, and that she had destroyed Mr. Hunter. She told me to return to my mundane life, and never seek out the undead again, or I would meet their fate. I never saw her again. I'm horrified at the power that seemed had over me. If there are others I can find, I want to destroy them and free society from them.
Well, welcome. That's why we're here.
That's truly a horrifying story. Sorry you went through that, and I'm glad you found us.
Me too. I'm very glad to be here, and I'm sorry for all the misfortune you have each encountered at the hands and fangs of these fiends.
How is the adjustment, going back to your everyday life?
It's really weird because I must have some PTSD or something. Memories leak through, and it's not like I can go to a therapist and tell them.
Well, you can. But only once.
Exactly. I'd either be institutionalized in a mental hospital or in prison. And I'm not ready for either of those.
Well, Hank, I'm glad you found us. We've all had our own experiences with these evil fiends. If you're interested, I think you can be a good addition to our group. We are looking to form an army of sorts, to slay vampires.
Yes, I'm perfectly willing. You all have my number. Give me a call if you need me to come down and help you. I'm pretty good with my hands and tools and things. Hammers, hatchets, shovels.
Are you a trained fighter?
Nothing formal. I learned from the mean streets, and I can hold my own. I'm stronger than I look. I'm perfectly willing. If there's anything you want me to do, to prove myself, As soon as you have a target, I'll be there, and I will stand by your side and fight.
What kind of work do you do that you can just be available at the drop of a hat?
I sort of work for a foundation. I serve on the board and have a stipend, and so I'm very flexible in my schedule.
This is a very expensive place to live.
Yes, and my stipend includes living arrangements, so I'm good.
You said you've disposed of bodies. Where?
I don't want to further incriminate myself, or make you an accessory after the fact.
You mentioned the Society of Napoleon or something? How long ago was this?
I may or may not have gotten the name of the society correct. Anyway, it seems like they are an organized order of hunters. While searching for them, I found this group.
Besides this Mr. Hunter, did you encounter other vampire creatures?
None that I know of or recall. Everything is so broken, which you understand, Rose, because you've dealt with a satanic panic, and all those people that had memories coming back, and were accused of false memories. Then they saw therapists that helped them fill in the gaps of their memories.
So did you try hypnotherapy?
No, hypnotherapy could compromise the real memories, as the mind tries to fill in the blanks between memories.
Better collage than fake news.
Thanks again for having me, and if I'm granted access to the inner sanctum, I'll read your experiences.
Good day, Hank. We'll deliberate amongst ourselves and let you know if you've been accepted into the inner circle. Well, what do you think?
Marika, I saw you looking at him with your glasses.
He sounds like a sincere mess, just like us.
I think he's definitely sincere and we should invite him to join us as a full member.
I think we should check out the board of directors thing before we invite him further in. Did anyone catch the name of the organization? Because I don't think he mentioned it. I'd like to message him and meet him for coffee and see what else I can find out about him.
If you'd like to do that, Marika, go ahead.
I will, then we can meet back here for a follow-up.
What did you want to discuss?
Thank you for meeting me on such short notice. How did you feel about the meeting today?
It's good to meet people that have had similar traumatic experiences with vampires.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm open to whatever you're willing to offer up. I feel that it's better to observe people and how they behave, rather than poke around too personally into their life and stir up problems.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, I don't want to dig into your personal life. I would rather have you disclose what you feel comfortable with and observe what you do.
That's an interesting take. You mentioned you were on the board. What was the name of the organization?
I'd rather not say. I am offering to help you. I don't want you digging around at my work.
That just sounds weird. I'm a little curious, trying to check up on you. How about if you show me your driver's license? Can you show me your driver's license, so that I can see you are who you say you are? You can hide the address or whatever.
Have you all seen each other's driver's licenses?
Yes.
I don't believe you, because the group said we could disclose as we like. It's safer for us to not know too much about each other.
We're grateful and happy you found us, and you know we have a kindred spirit, but we're just trying to vet you.
I'm at a disadvantage here, because there's a whole bunch of you, and only one of me. Because of the things I have revealed, I'm quite vulnerable.
I'll get my driver's license for you.
I don't want your driver's license. If we're going to do a show and tell, we should do it at the meeting. I'm actually very uncomfortable with this. How many of you have disposed of bodies? Maybe you don't want my help, maybe you just want to use something against me.
I'm just sitting here, meeting with you, trying to get to know you, trying to verify a little bit.
You're not the leader of the group, Rose is.
It's not my intention to make you uncomfortable. I just came to try and touch base, to see if you had any further questions, and know a little more about you. Suddenly, you were getting very defensive.
I am. I have a lot to lose.
Well, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
I don't think you are.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
You're a very smart woman, and you dress smart too. This isn't about answering my questions. You have an agenda. Are you in sales or marketing?
The next conversation you can have with Rose. I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. I'm being genuine. I'm totally willing to show you my driver's license. If you want to see it.
I told you, I don't care. I respect people and I don't dig into them.
I was thinking you might be an undercover journalist or something. Perhaps you were trying to work your way into the group, and write an article on us.
If you have problems with journalists infiltrating your group, then I don't want to be a part of it.
Never have had. We're just trying to be careful about who comes into the inner circle. You were checking us out, and we were checking you out, at the meeting today. I would like to de-escalate this. I'll let you go, and I'll go back to the group and share our conversation with them. You can contact Rose and deal with her. Hello Rose, I'm on my way back. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Hello Sarah, Henri here. I'm relocating to the Scientology safe house in Santa Clara. Bye.
Thanks for waiting for me. That was really weird. We sat down, I said I just want to touch base. Do you have any further questions for me about our group or anything? And he said no. We were having a conversation, and I asked him the name of the foundation he said he worked with, and he wouldn't tell me. He demanded to know why I was grilling him. He was very defensive. I was just asking him the name of the foundation, and he said he disclosed that he disposed of bodies and stuff. Well, if he's going to be part of our group, we're out there killing vampires. This guy's a little weird, and I don't know what to do with it. I tried to backpedal a little bit. I offered to show him my ID, and I asked if I could see his. He refused to look at mine and didn't want to show me his. He was very evasive. He said we're supposed to be anonymous, and he flew off the handle, and he kept trying to escalate things with reverse psychology or something. So I ended the meeting, and told him to contact Rose. Oh yeah, and he asked if I was in sales or marketing. It was just so weird. I don't trust this guy.
Well, it looks like he doesn't trust us, and we kind of put our foot in it.
Well, I didn't trust any of you, at one time or another.
Well, he wants to come into the inner circle on just his word. I mean, there's more of us now, and we all have more at stake than we did at the beginning.
We all came in on our word.
We checked to see if Linda worked at Pete's Coffee.
That was after she was admitted to the inner circle.
He just went berserk, and said he was vulnerable and had a lot to lose.
He said he's having memories come back, about being involved in disposing bodies, which I will say I am also very concerned about getting involved in, if we actually kill anyone. Any one of us could be arrested, and that could lead to all of us getting arrested. Vampires are one thing.
You're saying, we can't afford collateral damage.
Do what you want with the information, but I don't trust this guy. He was evasive, manipulative and tried to turn it on me. He said I was manipulative, and accused me of being in sales.
Well, Marika, you kind of are, at times.
She's in marketing.
Perhaps you came on a little too heavy, and frightened him.
I think I caught him off guard when I asked him to give us information. In the interest of the group, I asked if maybe he was a journalist trying to infiltrate our group. Then he asked if we had problems with journalists.
Is he a good fit? Do we even want him in our group?
First off, his trauma sounds more recent than ours. My second point would be, I still haven't told you all a great many things about myself either. So I can understand his reluctance to disclose, you know.
You say reluctance. Marika said it sounded like he was angry and attacking.
It sounds like a fight or flight mode, triggered by some kind of vampire-induced PTSD.
Yes.
I'd rather deal with him than the gaslighting bullshit you get in HR.
Well, the text he sent me, he doesn't know if he can trust us.
Maybe it's just not a good fit.
Mutual relationships can be the best.
Maybe he works for the government.
I think we should keep him in the lobby a while longer, but it sounds like, if he's legitimate, he could be a good asset to our group. This definitely requires more investigation. Perhaps someone else could meet with him and have a different approach.
Bothers me that he has gaps in his memories, and he can dispose of bodies. He's good with a shovel, hatchet and a hammer. It just reeks to me.
He never offered to dispose of bodies. He said he had incomplete memories of disposing of bodies under the orders of the vampire Mr. Hunter.
He was traumatized by those memories coming back to him.
At least he knows enough not to go to a therapist. I think we should keep him in mind as a hopeful prospect.
Well, keep him in the lobby, and let him come to the meetings. But he shared such dark and private things, like disposing of bodies. He was willing to disclose all of that, but then he became manipulative and tried to put me on the defensive. He was trying to work me. I was just honestly trying to find out more information about him.
He says he's fine with being in the lobby and helping us whenever we need him. We'll just always have him come a half hour into our meeting.
Well, I have some remote security cameras, and if you let me have the key to room number 5, I'll go to the hotel and put up some video cameras so we can see who comes and goes. Oh, and I'm also going to visit Mrs. Patel at the budget motel and ask her a few questions.
Excellent idea, Leah. Meeting adjourned.
Well, I think I hid those cameras pretty well. And they are live, with motion sensors.
Excellent. Are you ready to head to the budget motel to talk to Mrs. Patel?
Oh yeah.
I read in the news that they found Mr. Patel's automobile in the LV slough. The keys were inside, but they couldn't find Mr. Patel or his body.
Yeah, well, I agree with Rose. It is a strange coincidence. Since we're in Mountain View anyway, I may as well check it out.
Do you have a reservation?
I'm investigating the disappearance of Mr. Patel. Do you know him?
I am his wife. I'm very upset because he's not here to work, so I have to work night and day. So I wish you would either hurry up and find him alive so he can work, or finds his body so the insurance will pay out, and I can hire someone.
I assure you, we're working on it, Mrs. Patel. Were there any new people he had recently been spending time with? Did he mention any names?
No, he has a wandering eye, but nobody looks back.
Did you notice anything unusual the night he disappeared?
I took my Ambien and I was sleeping soundly, but when I woke up in the morning he was gone. Now I have to stay up day and night and run this motel by myself.
Mrs. Patel, I need to see the register of guests for the past month.
Sure, go ahead, have a look.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Patel. I hope your husband is found soon.
How sweet. Belinda sent me an email. Dear Evie, I met a wonderful woman, Vivi. She gave me a job dancing at her club. Isaac Abrams is the Baron of Hollywood. He's very nice. Thanks for introducing me to Salvador Garcia. He seems to be a very important guy around here. Anyway, my new name is Cynthia. Hugs and kisses. Hi Cynthia, glad to hear you're settling in well.
Where is Henri?
I haven't seen him.
Oh, he sent a message. It's not safe for me to come home. I went to a Camarilla safe house. I need Darth to get me a new ID immediately for Henri Fontaine. I can't come home. I don't want to bring anything to your door. I don't mind killing vampires, as long as they're not my friends. Dear Henri, be very careful. I'm texting Darth right away so he can get started on that ID. I'm also telling everyone to meet at the VIP room.
Good idea.
I feel dizzy.
I'm sorry. Let's get you some tacos.
Okay. Thanks, Robin. I really needed that. I think I'm going to go sit in a booth and rest for a bit.
Good idea.
Robin, you've been ignoring me.
I haven't been ignoring you, but I haven't been giving you any attention, and I'm very sorry for that. As soon as I have my break, I will come and find you.
Okay.
Thank you all for meeting me. Henri went to the vampire hunter meeting today, and evidently things didn't go the way he expected. He has taken to ground in a safe house and Darth is getting him new ID. Evie, Have you heard anything from the ministry?
Yes, they asked Belinda how bad things are, and how many people she thinks they should send over.
How are you going to respond?
Any ideas?
It would be ideal to have just enough so that the vampire hunters can take care of them for us.
And Concha pays us $6,000 for every vampire killed.
I'll tell them that Mercy and her 2 ghouls arrived, and I went out to get them some food. When I came back they were gone. Now my prospective recruits are getting antsy. I will need an enlightened leader to guide them. That should do it. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Belinda's old room, break in and set up some cameras, so we can keep an eye on the place.
Sounds good, Evie.
You guys seem to have things under control. I'm going to go out and play my first set.
Be careful, Evie.
I'm meeting my contact, so I can get Henri's new ID before sunup. Trina, I'm meeting a contact tonight. Meanwhile, I'm going to teach you how to make quaalude. Boil anthranilic acid and acetic anhydride. Evaporate that. Throw in orthotoluidine. Can your guy still get you the chemicals?
I think so.
Great!
Hello, Susan. I told you I'd come find you between sets. I'm sorry I haven't been spending any time with you lately. It's been hectic and I'm sorry.
I understand. You're spending time with me right this moment.
Let's take a walk outside.
Let's.
Thank you for coming to see me every night, and bringing new people.
It's always great to see you play. I'm sorry I was a little bit jealous of that other woman. She is beautiful. I understand why you would talk to her.
She's interesting, just like you are. Everybody's interesting, in their own way. You mentioned being helpful. Marketing that kind of thing isn't where my talent lies. I once made a poster and forgot to put my name on it. So maybe you could make a poster and promote me.
Of course. I will promote you online and in person and everywhere I can.
Avogadro, I need you to take me to see Robert Sharochip.
Sure, let's go.
Hello, Susie and Avogadro.
Hello, Robert. Remember the talisman you prepared for me? It protects me during the day while I sleep.
Of course.
Avogadro stays often at the morgue, and I would like for you to prepare a talisman for him as well.
Please, if you can.
Of course, I will just need to snip some hair. I just put your hair in this talisman, and now you will bury it on the property where you stay. If someone comes looking for you in the daytime, they will be lost as if in a maze, and unable to find you.
Great. Thanks.
Thanks again, Robert. You really need to come to Alberto's so we can dance.
It would be a pleasure.
Well, putting those cameras up was pretty easy. Gosh, Belinda was really tasty. I wonder if she still tastes good. Yeah, Cynthia, I may need to see her again.